Welcome to the second episode of Songwriter in the House.
Hello, all.
I'm John Byrum, along with my co-host and surfer brother over here, Mike Anderson. We'll be diving into the world where we explore the art of creating music for the world to enjoy, something that we both love to do, right?
A lot of fun, brother.
I'm telling you, it's a lot of fun.
You better believe it's a lot of fun.
Well, tonight we're going to do two or three things. We are going to explore one of the greatest country songwriters that ever lived, in my opinion.
And that's an understatement.
It is an understatement. The late Toby Keith. And we've got some special stuff to show you later on in the program about that. But before we do, guess what? We want to let everybody know what's happening here.
You got some happenings in Monroe County this weekend.
In Moco. Tonight, Friday night at 7 o'clock is The Porch in Tellico Plains are the Boys of Mudville.
The Boys of Mudville. You know, you told me a lot about these guys. I've got to go see them.
Slick, they're awesome. They're for two guys, man. They put out a lot of music, and they're really, really good. So if you've never been to The Porch, folks, do yourself a favor. Get up there and tell Chris and Julia that John and Slick said hello, and we sent you. So Boys of Mudville, 7 o'clock Friday night. Now, tomorrow night is the end of summer laser light show, and it's out at the Bruderhof Hiwassee College out there. It starts at 7 o'clock. And I think it's actually been put on by the Monroe County's Got Talent.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's who's going to be playing there, going to be entertaining, are the stars from that.
That's really
that talent show. It's very, very cool.
Yeah.
And then also tomorrow night, one of my favorite people, I love this gal. I'm a big fan. Sarah Williams is appearing with Michael Cass over at the Carpool Garage in Sweetwater.
They're awesome, folks. They really are.
Well, you put them together. My goodness.
Oh, yeah.
At 8 p.m., Carpool Garage in Sweetwater. I've never been there. Slick, you ever been there?
Don't think so.
We've got to go, you know.
We got to check it out.
Any place with a Carpool Garage name, it's got my attention.
It's got to be awesome.
It does. So Saturday and Sunday, folks, at the Sequoia Museum is the 33rd Annual Cherokee Fall Festival. I've been to a few of those things, and they're really good, a lot of fun. So you check that out. September the 9th through the 23rd, they're having the Downtown Madisonville Scarecrow Stroll Contest.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what it is.
It sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think Karen Carey can probably enlighten us a little bit on that.
I believe she could.
So,
yeah.
And then the biggie, folks, next month, and we'll probably be talking about it again before it happens, is the Cherahela Skyway Festival up in Tellico Plains.
I know who's going to be the MC of that.
Me.
Went up to see John there.
And I'm really looking forward to that. There's going to be a lot of good music, like the Graves Brothers Band.
Well, that's great,
and the
man.
Farmhands, and there's several other, and they're having the Josh Graves Dobro Pickoff contest up there. So it'll be a lot of fun.
A lot of music.
And
a lot of food, too.
A lot of food. And also tonight, we're going to introduce you to someone special.
Okay.
Our affiliate partner, Slick. You want to...
Oh, yeah, I almost forgot. How could I do that? SamAsh.com. SamAsh.com is now an official affiliate partner of our program, Songwriter in the House. How about that?
That's awesome.
Right here on the Mike Anderson Productions YouTube channel, and we are certainly proud to have them. You can access the world's largest online inventory of musical instruments and gear with a heritage that goes back to 1924 and over 50,000 products on their website. Sam Ash is the place for all the instruments and accessories a musician could possibly need.
Don't we have a video about this?
We do. I want to start that sucker right now.
And folks, if you're a musician or want to be a musician, this is the place to get your gear. These guys have been around since Moby was a minnow, and they do a really good job of getting it to you.
Well, they do. They do a great job. There it is.
There we go.
But anyway, it's just me. I have to wake things up over here, folks. They have a great selection of microphones and band and orchestral instruments, DJ gear and studio setups, electronics and recording software. Best of all, you'll be assured to receive the same knowledgeable service that Sam Ash has given its customers since their 125-year inception. Look for the Sam Ash music link in the description below, which will have it there and help support this channel. Remember, when you make purchases using the link, it won't cost you anything extra, but you will be helping this channel to grow and stay on, should I say the air?
Stay on the air, stay online, whatever we are.
Whatever it is. By the way, I just bought me a new tuner from samash.com, okay? He gave $49.99 for this tuner. It's got a big old check mark when you can see that it's in tune. I can actually see the thing. It doesn't have to have, you don't have to buy a battery. It comes with a rechargeable battery and a little cable that charges it up, okay? It's called a Beacon from Taylor Guitars. And the reason it's called a Beacon, it's actually has a built-in flashlight.
There it is. Right
there it is. Shows the flashlight if you play in some of these places that are low light, which would normally musicians are known for that, is playing in low light situations. So you can see what's going on. It has 5 tuning modes, a metronome, a timer, and a countdown, so you'll know when to come back after you're taking a break. And we always used to wait a long time, which we shouldn't do that.
No, absolutely.
15 minutes goes pretty quick when you're playing music. They also have a whole bunch of electromatic guitars.
Gretsch, baby, Gretsch.
The electromatic collection from Gretsch. It's got some audio too.
You know, Gretsch is my favorite guitar. So that's all I've ever played.
That's the reason one of the reasons I did this video.
I just love the way they sound, and I love the way they look, and the way they play. It's just an excellent instrument.
This is the double jet.
Double jet. Yeah, I have a single jet. Just like George Harrison played back in the early 60s.
That is so cool, man.
That is.
Good looking colors on those things. SamAsh.com. Be sure to go visit them and make your electronic purchases, your musical purchases, okay? Because they got a whole bunch. And then when you do, it won't cost you any more, but you'll be helping John and I keep the channel going. So, Worm.
There we go, folks. Well, as I said, tonight our show is called Songwriter in the House. And what we do is we celebrate incredible songwriters. Songwriting is something that Mike and I like to do. It's not an easy thing to do. No, it's not. It's very difficult to do. But some of these guys make it look so easy. And one of these guys that I'm referencing here made it look simple. And I'm talking about the late, great Toby Keith.
Oh, he did.
He had every song he did, except for a few covers here and there, most of them were his songs. Like, Should Have Been a Cowboy. Mm-hmm. How Do You Like Me Now?
Yeah.
As Good As I Once Was, one of my favorites.
I love that.
I know. And then the one with Willie Nelson, Beer for My Horses, mm-hmm. Little less talk and a lot more action. So, he's written so many good songs. And, you have to wonder where he gets his inspiration from, because every song he writes seems to be a top 10 hit.
Yeah.
Mike, when you are writing a song, where do you get your inspiration? What's the first thing that you do to say, okay, I've got this song I want to write? What do you do at that point?
Usually it's just a sing line, or it's just some kind of line. Said, well, I like that, Cry Me a River or whatever,
Right.
If you can think of a great sing line and get you can write a song around that. At least, that's what I do a lot of times.
Like our song, One Way Trip to Dover.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was just one of those songs that, we talk about it. We've talked about it several times about how it wrote itself, but, those kind of inspirational things that it doesn't hit me very often, but when it does, it hits me like a hammer.
Oh yeah. And some of them, just like that song there will almost write itself.
Oh, I'm telling you, that was one of those that, most of the times I struggle when I write a song. I'll get one line down or one chorus down or one verse down. I go, okay, where do I go from here, Coach? What now?
Now what?
Yeah. Now what do I do? And I think that's why I like working with you, is I can run stuff by you, and you tend to get me over those humps.
We bounce ideas off one another,
Yep.
And there you go. A songwriting team there, folks.
Yeah. The other night, Mike and I were jamming in here, just having a good old time. We're doing a little bit of recording too. And, just doing that, you get ideas from just jamming, just putting chords together,
mm-hmm.
and talking about songs and that sort of thing. So, I've said this before, sometimes at night I'll get up, I'll have a dream or I'll have a thought in my head. If I don't get it up and write it down right then, it's gone.
It's gone. You miss the whole deal.
And
really
a lot of songwriters I know do that.
Mm-hmm.
But if without songwriters, we wouldn't be sitting here.
Wouldn't be sitting here at all. No.
Nope. And it gets to the point where, are we going to run out of things to write songs about? I doubt it.
Too much going on in the world.
Way too much. Like I've got this, you were talking about word phrases, on the banks of the Tellico.
Mm-hmm.
I've got about
We're still working on that, folks.
Yeah, I've got about 2.5 verses down on that one. That's a tough one. But it's that kind of thing that really gets me going sometimes. When I get in the groove, I just want to stay in that groove.
Yeah.
Because if I ever get out of it, boy, it takes a while to get back in.
Yes, it does take a while to get back in. Well, this Toby Keith song, we talked about it on the first show we ever did. That was the song that Jane said, I love this song. Jane's my wife, y'all. But anyway, she said, I really love this song. Won't you try to do that and see if you can just still do the music part. This is right after I had a stroke, and I had started getting better, but still couldn't do everything. So I said, I was just at the point of just giving up, if it's quitting. Just, not even doing music any longer. So I said, okay. So I went down and I tried to learn the song. Actually, to tell you the truth, I was just kind of singing along with Toby. And I recorded it and took his voice off and played it for Jane. She said, I don't think you ought to quit. So I thought, well, we got to talking about it, and I thought I'd love to release, or not really release the song, just do like a cover of it. And I can't cover Toby. It's really, there's no way you can do that, but I can at least try to do a tribute for him the best I can. So I thought, well, I'll play some of these instruments, but it's got a beautiful pedal steel. What am I going to do? So we put a B3, Hammond B3. That's really different. You played the bass on it. Mm-hmm. I played guitars on it. We just had a good time, and it's part of our great songwriter series that we have on there. We hope you'll be interested in that. I think the first one we did had Mac Davis on it.
Yeah.
Well, this is Toby Keith, and this is Don't Let the Old Man In. It's a little bit different rendition, but it's a cover, folks, so we hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know what a Hammond B3 is, that's an organ. In fact, it was the first truly electronic instrument ever built back in the 60s. And when you hear one, there's no mistaking what it is after that.
It actually had something called tone generators.
Yep.
Tone wheels, tone generators, and little draw bars and all that.
And it has a speaker called a Leslie that spins
around, yeah.
And you can control that spin. You can turn it off, turn it on, slow it down, whatever you want to do. And you'll hear that in this video we're going to play for you here in a minute. And I'm just going to be honest with you, Slick. I think that B3 adds as much or more than that pedal steel did.
That's great, John. I love the pedal steel, but I didn't have one at the time, so I thought I'm gonna put something in there. I don't know what it sounds so bad. And you added a lot on it, playing the bass guitar. You just added so much to it. I didn't put a drummer, but I don't think it needs a drummer.
I think that's one of those songs that you don't need a drummer.
No,
it kind of keeps its own rhythm.
Mm-hmm. It really does.
I think a drummer would have been too much.
Yeah, it probably added too much to it.
Kind of like being a painter and not knowing when to put that last stroke. You gotta stop somewhere.
You gotta stop somewhere. You really do.
So why don't we, Slick? Why don't we play this video for them and let them hear it? And guys, enjoy this because I think Slick did a heck of a job on this.
And we're gonna stay right here with you. We're not going anywhere. We're gonna watch it ourselves. Here we go. Don't let the old man in. I wanna live it some more. It's not up to him. He's knocking at my door. And I knew all of my life that someday it would end. Get up and go outside. Don't let the old man in. Many moons I have lived. My body's weathered and worn. Ask yourself how old you would be if you didn't know the day you were born. Try to love on your wife and stay close to your friends. Toast each sunset with wine. Don't let the old man in. Mm-hmm.
lead. My body's weathered and worn. Ask yourself how old you would be if you didn't know the day you were born. When he rides up on his horse and you feel that cold bitter wind, look out your window and smile. Don't let the old man in. Look out your window and smile. Don't let the old man in.
Wow. Good job, Slick.
Good job on the bass, Worm.
Oh, that, one note every now and then, dude. That
was awesome.
That's not rocket science.
That song there is just, I don't know what it is about it. There's what's the words? I'm trying to come up with the right word to describe this song, but it's hard. It's just kind of eerie in a way.
It's emotional.
Yeah, it really is.
Very emotional.
Because remember he wrote that song for the Clint Eastwood movie, The Mule, right?
Right.
Don't let the old man in. And Clint was having some real problems during that film. But anyway, it's kind of, he rides up on his horse, and you feel that cold, bitter wind. Oh man, it just makes chill bumps come up all over me.
But I wonder when Toby actually wrote the song. I mean, I know he wrote it for Clint, but what year? When because being an aging musician, it's hard not to let that old man in.
Yeah.
When you're our age,
yeah,
it's kind of hard to keep him
give
outside.
It up. You gotta give it up.
We're not going to give it up.
No, you love it too much. So.
No, absolutely too much. Barry Self will have to come get me down here at Barley Hill before I'll stop. Oh, man. So I thought I'd give you a little plug there, Barry.
There you go.
But that's one of those songs that make you think.
Yeah, it sure is.
And anytime a song like that can evoke emotion on that level, he's got a
very
right
powerful.
Oh, very powerful.
Yeah.
And a lot of his songs were like that.
Oh, yeah.
Because, he came up from nothing and became something and, it was very, very successful. And, it shows in his music that he's lived every one of these songs.
I think it was Merle Haggard that said something like, well, I love this guy's music, talking about something I can't remember which artist he was talking about now, but and when I do this song, if I don't sound good on it, I'm going to be mad at me. That's the way when I thought about it, when I sung that Toby Keith song, I thought, wow, it's going to be really hard to cover him, but I'll certainly try,
Oh, you did a good job.
Honor him,
And that key was right in your sweet spot, dude.
Well, I enjoyed doing it. I really did.
But yeah, we're going to do more of this, folks. We're going to be showing you some videos of originals, maybe some covers. And we want to let the musicians and songwriters that are watching this know that if you've got something on YouTube or something you can give us to put on here so we can help you, push you along in your career, let us know.
We'd love to do it.
I know Mike's going to put some links down at the bottom in the comments section where you can get a hold of us because we want to hear your song. We want to see your
Absolutely.
stuff. I know we've had Sarah Williams on our past shows and a few other folks, but we want to hear from all of you guys out there that are frustrated songwriters.
Yeah.
Or if you've got like the boys of Mudville, I'm going to try to get these guys on
want to get them on.
Mudbone, another guy.
Mm-hmm.
What is it about this mud thing? I don't know. I got to check into that.
But they did some great covers too, I've heard.
Yes.
So we'll see if we can't put some more really great songwriter covers on here from local artists and from other artists. So if you know of any, if you got anything out there you think that you might like for us to put on, we'd like to hear it.
And we'd like to talk to you about it.
Yeah.
We want to let the public get to know you and get to know who you are and what you do.
Absolutely.
And so send it to us. We'll be happy to get it on here, folks. So Slick, what do you think, buddy?
I enjoyed it. Worm as always.
Yeah, I do too.
I have to call him Worm every now and then, folks. It's just it's a habit.
We ought to change this to the Worm and Slick
There we
Show. We've had these nicknames
Forever.
Since
About 12 years old, something like
or
that.
younger.
Yeah, or younger.
Long time. So, folks, with that, we're going to say, have a great night. Hope you enjoyed the show. We're going to be doing more of this. Let us know what you want to hear and what you want to see. So, Slick, you got any closing words, buddy?
Just remember samash.com. It'll be down in the remarks section. You'll help us keep the channel alive. It won't cost you anything extra to order when you order your musical products. Okay.
And buy Gretsch guitars. They're the best.
They are pretty cool.
They're pretty good. Anyway, with that, folks, we're going to say good night. We are out of here. So long.
So long.